I'm Ryan Kelly, and on this episode of Jib Sheet, we're here with Paul Hofer. He's the skipper of Scarlet Fever. Paul, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Ryan. Good to be here.
Paul, you've been how long you been in the marina now?
12 years here
And
at the Dolphin.
You've been boating your entire life.
I have, yep. Come from the Midwest where it's little power boats on the dammed up rivers, so we're always snaking our way around.
And several years ago we were dock mates.
We were.
And I remember when you bought that shock.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched you sail that thing every day by yourself.
Every day.
You would actually sail out of the slip.
Yep.
Without an engine.
Yep. Well, it was an older boat. I didn't want to have to depend on it.
And and then now we're sitting on Scarlet Fever.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Janelle 50.
Yeah. I mean, the models, as you know, 509. They call it 50, but it's a little under.
So, but you love sailing. You fall in love with sailing.
I really do. I love places to go and things to do, and a sailboat is a nice way to get around out here.
So tell me, how many miles do you have under your belt now?
55,000
Wow.
maybe, since I bought it in 2014.
And been spending a lot of time offshore cruising.
Cruising, coastal cruising a lot, and we do some crossings. And then in the summers we're here to get into the local racing scene.
And you like to race.
We really do. It makes us all better sailors. You get to hang out more with your buddies, and I like that part of it.
Well, so you race a lot. Like you race on Tuesdays with the VM fleet.
Mm-hmm.
You race on Wednesdays with the Del Rey.
The Cow Yacht Clubs, yeah.
Wednesdays,
and I'm on a different boat for that. And then Fridays we do on my old shock. And then on the weekends we're back on Scarlet again for whichever bay race or longer race, Santa Barbara King Harbor or the SoCal 300. It's interesting and fun.
So, I've been on your boat. I've crewed with you. You're a good skipper. And you sail a big boat in a race, and you do very well. What's your secret?
Well, we talk through every procedure, and a lot of the very experienced racers, they don't talk a lot, and they even talked about not talking this last weekend in our start clinic, where they know their posts, they know what they're going to do, they're on focus, and we're not as experienced as them, so I'm trying to bring more focus in, so that we don't make mistakes, because mistakes hurt people and tear up stuff, and we don't want to do either one. So
you race now, what 5 or 6 years now?
Yeah, and then every year more and more. Last year was our kind of first full year of doing it, and that was fun, having a crew that you could depend upon, and everybody gets better as the season goes on. And this year, thanks to some decent finishes last year, we're attracting more people too. And we try to be involved in some events where we get some beginners and non-beginners alike to network and get on the boat with us, make more friends.
And so sailing, why do you like sailing?
I like the physics of it, but I really love the open space of the ocean. I like being out there, using the wind, trying not to use the motor ever, but we do use the motor when we're cruising sometimes.
But I've watched you. You do a lot of your own work. I've seen you climb the mast and fix stuff. I've seen you work on your own sails. I've seen you tune the boat. Have you done a lot of upgrades to this boat to get her to sail in?
We've done a lot of upgrades, and I do like to do the work what I can, and I'm a see one do one kind of a guy. And there's a lot of the time that I'm in an area of the ocean where there's nobody there to help us, so we're doing it. If it's to be, it's up to me, kind of a thing.
So racing, right now we're in the beginning of the season. There's a lot of, in the breakwater racing here in Marina Del Rey Harbor. Mm-hmm. And then as the season opens up, there'll be more outside racing, and then some of the other clubs around SoCal are doing, I guess, Santa Barbara to
Yeah, all of these are, sponsored by some great organizations and some great clubs, and, we all have our ratings through ORR or PHRF or IRC, and that's our handicap. So we try to race to our handicap or better, and stay friendly competitors with people by not hitting anybody.
So do you like being in close quarters here in the harbor, or is offshore more fun?
Offshore is more fun. Having more room is more fun for me. We do on Wednesdays, 75 boats coming into the channel all at once, and none of us are really that nimble that we can't get away from 5 people around us. So we depend on people keeping their space.
And the math, you're a competitor. You like to win. You've done very well, in a short period of time.
Thank you.
And what drives you to win? I mean, where do you get that fire from?
I just like to keep it interesting. I've heard plenty of boaters say that if there's 2 boats on the water, there's a race to see who can go the fastest. And it's also funny that, I grew up on these smaller lakes, and now we're in this big old ocean, and you're out in the middle of nowhere, and here's 2 boats headed right towards each other.
So where's the farthest place you sailed?
I've been down to, every year I sail down the coast and go all the way down to Barra Navidad, south of Puerto Vallarta, but I sailed from Barra Navidad across to French Polynesia. That's about 3,000 miles.
And how was that sail?
That was fun. COVID hit while we were doing it, so I need a redo because all the countries were closed down, but the sailing was great, and we went, 18 days without seeing land. That was different. It was really different.
So cruising versus racing, which one do you like better?
I like them both differently. I really love racing because I get to do it with a lot of friends, and it's more local for us. Whether they're getting off work in the evenings or they're taking a couple days off, or now thanks to the Starlink they can work on the boat while we're on the go. But cruising, you just get to see all these cultures and beautiful places and jump in the water and swim around and meet new friends that are hanging on the hook, and they're from who knows where in the whole world.
So you doing the Baja Aja, like originally your first time going to Mexico was on the Baja Aja.
That's right. That's right. And 3 friends came with me, and they were good boaters and had been cruising before, so I was a new guy, and I learned as much as I could from them. And our buddy Richard Spindler that puts together the Ha for 30 years now, maybe close to 30 years. I just think every day how many boats per year, so 100 to 150. How many boaters has he started in the cruising lifestyle in 3 decades?
So what's your secret? You're not going to tell me your secret, huh? You have a process on the boat that make.
We have lots of processes on the boat. That's true, but the most organized wins, and we try to be organized, and especially when it comes to turning at a mark, switching a sail, and covering with one, putting another away. We talk those through over and over again until I'm sure the guys are tired of me talking about it. But I like to know that everybody's where they need to be, and we know the sequence of events, and there's a lot of things happening at once. And then if somebody that didn't take the time to get all that set up, a different boat, fouls, or they have a fouled line, a fouled sail, that's where we make up time or pass them. And there have been finishes where it's been like that.
We're here with Paul Hofer. He's a skipper of Scarlet Fever, and we appreciate you allowing us on your boat. We appreciate watching you race and actually being a part of the process, and we wish you much success in the 2023 racing season.
Thank you very much. You're doing a great job on the boat too, and I'm blessed to have good crew and good friends.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.